Alright, I navigated into the next thing we need to start setting up, and that's up in the app again, the app.components.ts. Now this file kind of holds some text and you might not understand a lot of it, but again, as I said at the start of this session, that's okay, you don't understand it for now. This is something that you need to do over and over to kind of understand the concept and what they actually mean. But I'm just going to go through some of them real quickly here. So up here we're importing our home page, so it knows there's a home page. That's kind of what we started out with when it's a blank setup. So when we did the Ionic start name and then write blank, it's only kind of knowing the home page. So if you use the side menu, there's also going to be one called list page as well, because that's the other page that's being used. So funnily enough, we need to do the same here. This is kind of what we have now, and we just want to add a little bit more to this. To just make sure here, this is the component app HTML, so this is, it knows where to go to look for the components it's using and so on. And my app is the name of our application, so if we named it my dog's favorite toys, it would be the name up here as well. Root page is actually where the page should start when you load it through the URL. So again, ours is just localhost, or if it's online, kind of the index page if you want. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more, or kind of a few things more for this to work. So just follow and try to create the code exactly as I do. So the first thing we need to do is make a add, there we go, add view. And this is kind of for us to, there you go, child, view child. And like this. This is what we need for our system to start navigating through. Why this is red? Maybe it's a capital V. Yeah, there we go. So capital V, and this is what we need for the system to navigate through things. So do .nav here, and we're going to do nav and nav controller. There we go. Some of the code might be red right now, but that's okay for now, but it will be fixed once we're done with all of these things here. That's kind of the first thing we're going to do. I'm just going to do some enters to create some space here. So this is the first thing we need. Now we're having this view child kind of component, so we already know what child and parent means from HTML. We have things that are inside the parent that is called the child elements and so on. So we're navigating through this. Next thing is we need to create a list of what pages we have. So it's called, in our case, it's going to be called an array. An array is kind of where you can store multiple things in a variable. We already kind of seen it from our variable here. So sort of like here, we have a variable called colors that contains primary and name primary and some values called colors and so on. We're kind of going to do the same, but whereas that one is called a map, we're going to call something called array instead. Same procedure, just storing data just in a little different way. And we're going to call this pages because it's the name of the pages we have. And we're going to type array because we're building an array right now with all the things in this one. And we're using this correct this way from that. I think that's a greater than sign in our case, and using these like this. So right now we have an array that can contain different things. We're actually not going to write the specific pages in here. We're going to create a schema, it's called, so the system knows how all the information will be stored. So this will be the name, this will be the whatever component and things like this. So we're just going to add things here. We're going to add a title to the page, of course, so we know what the page is, and this page is a string. If you remember what a string is, it's something that can contain both numbers and characters and so on. If it was only a number, so 1, 0 to 9, and whatever you can mix with that, then would it be a number instead. Components, we want those as well because we wanted to use this to navigate to the specific place. So like this. This is kind of what we want for our the first part of our page. To create our array that we can start using and populate with data in our navigation that we're going to create, which we'll be doing in the next video.